Hey everyone, Duke here, and today we're going over the fastest way to farm for Forbearance and Cataclysmic. These two weapons are considered some of the best raid weapons, if not the best weapons in general in the game, and can both be farmed infinitely this week as it is the Vow of the Disciple featured week. I know there's still a lot of folks unable to craft these sought-after weapons, and luckily for us they can both drop from the Caretaker encounter. The secret to making this encounter and this farm as fast as possible is to use the 2-floor strat, which cuts the time of this encounter down by a third and is actually quite easy and consistent to do. During damage phase, you'll notice a lighter portion of the Caretaker's health bar. If you pass this portion of his health, you'll actually get a bit of a damage buff for a few seconds, but also he will go immune after a few seconds later, no matter how many plates you have used on that floor. We can use this to our advantage and actually get Caretaker to final stand in just 2 floors. First, you're going to want to use mostly instant damage supers. A well or a bubble or two is not a bad idea for a damage buff, but everyone else should be on an instant damage super, such as Nova Bomb, Golden Gun, Blade Barrage, or Thunder Crash. Additionally, rockets with one person using Gallahorn is definitely going to be your best option for damage using this strategy. You'll want to use the first 2 plates to get his health bar as close to the edge of that lighter health as possible without crossing past it. You'll also want to do this without using any of your instant damage supers. Once you get to the 3rd plate, you'll want to do a quick 3, 2, 1 countdown to get everybody on the same page and the same timing as you cross past the damage health gate, and then nuke him with a rocket or 2 and make sure to use your supers quickly. This will allow you to go significantly past his health gate, while also taking advantage of the brief damage buff window that you get during this time. You want to make sure to do this on the 3rd plate and not the 2nd plate, because there's also the timer of how much time you have to use an individual plate, and if you try to do this like halfway or more through on the 2nd plate, that's going to potentially have you run out of the plate's damage time versus like the actual total damage time that you have to do damage on the boss, which could potentially cut how much time you have to do damage, and we don't want that. If done correctly, the staircase to final stand will already be there when you reach the 3rd floor, and you'll be able to immediately take him down in final stand, completely negating the need for the 3rd floor at all. The best part here though is that if you don't push him to final stand for whatever reason, there's no downside. You can still do the 3rd floor as normal and complete the encounter. There's 2 final things to note about this farm. First, as previously mentioned, this week is Vow of the Disciple featured week, so you can only run this infinitely for loot this week or on future featured weeks. This will happen 2 more times before final shape, those being the weeks of April 2nd and the week of May 21st. Second, during these featured weeks, all of the challenges are available for every encounter. This encounter requires that your runners only grab 1 symbol at a time when running, which makes the encounter a little bit longer, but is easy on normal mode and gives double the loot every time. I'd recommend doing this challenge, especially if 2-flooring, as you'll definitely get a higher time to loot ratio overall. And that's all for today. I hope this guide was helpful, and I will be doing some helps on my stream this week, including potentially some Master Challenge helps on this raid as a whole, depending on interest, so see you there. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.